Good morning, vlog. I think we're about to go buy a car. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. Okay, let me explain. Let me give you guys some context. Okay, so first things first, good morning. It's Charlotte. Welcome back to the vlog. Like I mentioned, today we are potentially going to buy my first car. So for the last probably like week and a half, my dad and I have been going around to different dealerships in Maine and test driving different cars. So kind of like the backstory. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, you know that my mom and I have been car sharing this summer. So she very generously lets me take her car. I drive her into work in the morning, drop her off at work, and then I take her car for the rest of the day, and then I just have to pick her up at the end of the day. It's been working, and if it needed to like continue to work that way, it totally could. But together, the three of us, we all kind of decided, like her, my mom, my dad, kind of all decided, like, I'm 21, I'm about to be 22, I'm gonna be moving somewhere at the end of the summer. We don't even know where yet, but somewhere that's like not gonna be my hometown. So we all kind of decided that it's time for me to have my own car. And I'm very fortunate that I'm in a position that like I can afford to get a car, and my parents are very generously helping me pay for the car. If you guys remember from last summer, I inherited a little sedan from my brother. It was a little red, like zippy little car. They sold that car last summer, and they kept the money that they got from selling that car away for me to help me buy this new car, which was so generous of them, and I can never thank them enough for that. So that is going to help get the new car, and then once I have like a monthly payment and everything, that will of course be me. But anyway, they have been helping me. My dad and I, like I mentioned, have been going and test driving different cars at different dealerships, kind of looking around and seeing like what would be the best fit, and I think we may have found one. So let me give you guys the rundown of like what I'm looking for, what I want in a car, and kind of like the parameters that we were using to go get this car. Obviously I have to test drive it and everything first, like make sure I like it, but I'm pretty sure that this is the one. So I was looking for a compact or subcompact SUV, like something on the smaller side but still has that SUV build, because I feel like as I'm getting older and everything is kind of like uncertain, like I'm moving a lot or I'm getting new jobs or I'm kind of like all over the place, I wanted a lot of space in my car. And I've driven a sedan before, like I had the little Nissan Sentra and it was fine, like it got me where I needed to go, but it did not have a lot of space in it. So I definitely wanted something a little more spacious but not too big. Then I also really wanted a safe car. Safety is really big in our family. I'm really lucky that I've never been in like a serious accident. I've like bumped into a few things, but I've never been in a serious accident, and God forbid that did happen, I would want to be in a very safe car that has like the best safety ratings and like would give me the best chance to walk away from a crash unscathed. So we wanted a super safe car, preferably something that was ranked like top safety pick or top safety pick plus. And then for me, it seems kind of vain, but I also really wanted like a sleek, intuitive, simple like infotainment system. So like the screen or like the buttons, I just wanted it to be simple and sleek. And kind of going along with that, I want like a mix of manual buttons and virtual buttons, which again seems so small and so strange, but like I've kind of found sometimes in like the newer cars or like the like smarter cars, they try to add all these features that are supposed to be helpful and they end up just like being in your way all the time. So I just want something simple and something easy to deal with, easy to drive, easy to just be in. So those were kind of my three main parameters. Obviously I had some like other preferences, like style preferences and stuff. I prefer neutral colors like a black or a white. I wasn't looking for like a neon orange or something. But all of those things were kind of like secondary to those three that I just listed. So all that being said, the car that we are looking at today, the car that I'm thinking might end up being my car, is a Honda HR-V. It's a 2023, but it is like slightly pre-owned. It has like less than 2,000 miles on it. It is a 2023, so it's like essentially brand new, and I cannot wait to test drive it. If you guys know Kerrigan, she's my brother's girlfriend. She has a Honda CR-V, which is like a little bit of the bigger size, and she loves it. So I'm very excited to see if the Honda lives up to the hype. A lot of my friends have driven CR-Vs and they really like them. The HR-V is like a little bit smaller version of the CR-V, but that's the one we're going to look at. We are going to head out to the dealership. We have an appointment at 11. It's about 10:45 right now, so we got a blast, but let's go test drive this car and see if it's gonna end up being my car. I can see what we are, don't know where we belong. Wanna know what you're thinking, wanna know if something's missing. Started stories before, but they ended up short. Get me up to higher places, want you to feel my pages. Is this for real or is it just a fantasy? I
think we may be in Charlotte's new car.
Hey vlog, I'm buying a car.
Okay, this is Miss Charlotte. Why don't you describe where you are?
I'm just in my brand new car.
Your car?
So exciting. We just paid and signed all our paperwork and we're about to drive home for the first time. Okay, y'all, it's been a couple of days because can anyone guess? It poured rain. The day that we bought the car, it absolutely poured rain. It was so rainy and so like thunderstormy, and I literally could barely see 10 feet in front of me. So it's been a couple of days since we've bought the car and we are going to do our little empty car tour. I'm so excited. There she is. Sneak peek, chilling in the driveway. So we are going to head downstairs and I'm gonna give you guys the full empty car tour. I've had her, like I mentioned, for a couple of days since I've been waiting for the rain to stop, and it's finally like a semi-sunny day, so we're gonna go try to do this. But I haven't done like any decorations. I haven't even put my actual like license plates on. We still have the dealer plates on, so I've really been keeping her nice and empty so I can show you guys the empty car tour, and then eventually we will get to decorating. But I think that's gonna be a separate video, potentially. We'll have to see. Anyway, let's go downstairs and let's see the car. Ta-da! Here she is. I love her so much. She's so pretty. So exciting. Oh my god. So, like I mentioned in the intro, she is a black Honda HR-V. She is the sport model, so she is black like all the way around. We've got like the black paint, the black trim, and the black tires, which I think is so sleek and sporty. I just think like it's the perfect size car for me. Like it's not too big, but it's also an SUV, like it's a subcompact SUV, so it's got plenty of space. It's got all four like doors. It's got the front seats and then the back seats, and then plenty of space in the trunk. Something else that I really like about it, which is so random, but it's like rounded. One of the things I don't love about cars these days is that they're super like boxy and square, but I love that she has like rounded edges. I don't know, it's just a little softer and a little more like me. So I will show you guys around the back. She's got plenty of trunk space, and then we'll show you inside as well. Okay, so here she is like from the side and from the back. I just left my dealer plates on, so my actual license plate is not the same, and it's just easier that way so I don't have to worry about like blurring it out later. But like I mentioned, she is the Honda HR-V, and she does have, this is like a super subtle sticker, but she is all-wheel drive, which really contributes to that like safety factor that I was looking for. And then down here, also in black, you can see, really hard to tell actually, but it says sport because she is the sport model of the car. And then if we go in here and open up the trunk, I will show you guys what kind of space she has inside. Okay, so because it's a black interior, I had to adjust my camera settings, so my hand is just gonna like glow fluorescent white, so I'll try not to like point at too many things. But here is the little trunk space. It's actually super spacious. I am very pleased. I was expecting, because like it's a smaller like subcompact SUV, that it wouldn't have much trunk space, but I am very pleasantly surprised with how much trunk space we have. And then this back row of seats also like folds down completely flat, so I can use basically the entire back half of the car as my trunk if I need to. And then also the car came with these really nice like rubber mats. These are in the trunk and then also like at the floors of all of the seats, but these are super nice in case it's just like dirty or muddy or snowy. They kind of just like catch all of the grime, and then you can take them right out and wash them off if they get dirty. But this is perfect, so it's not like ruining the carpet of the car. And then it is a manual closed trunk, which I don't even mind because it's super easy to just close it up. Okay, so that is the back. Now let's show you guys the inside of the car. I'm so excited. So you saw a little bit of this already with like the test drive, but here is the interior. Again, she's all black. She's the sport mode, and I feel like the black makes it so sporty. I don't know, maybe I'm delusional, but I really love it. So it has like fabric seats, which I really like because it tends to get really hot and really cold in Maine, which is where I am for right now. And leather seats tend to either like burn you or freeze you out in the summer or winter respectively, so the cloth seats are just a little more like reasonable. They also have this fun orange stitching, which is part of the sport package, and then this fun little like embossed pattern in the seats, which I think is really fun and cool. That orange stitching is also like throughout the car, like it's on the steering wheel and everything. It's just like, I don't know, a little cohesive element. But here is the interior, very sleek, like the entire rest of the car. I feel like I need to come up with a new word other than sleek, but obviously driver's side, this is the little steering wheel, very simple and easy. Some of the cars that we looked at, the steering wheels were so complicated. They had buttons like all the way down through the wheel on both sides. So I like that this one is just super easy to control. It's like volume and radio stuff over here, and then like cruise control and car stuff over here. I scooted my seat all the way back so I could actually show you guys. I usually have my seat pretty much all the way forward, so we're gonna have to get creative over here. It is a push to start, which I really like. It's just super simple, like what I was looking for. Then here is the little setup. I actually really love this. You guys know I was looking for something simple, and that's exactly what I got here on this little like dashboard. Okay, so over this dial is how hard my engine is working, and then it has like how many miles I have left to empty, my average fuel, like miles per gallon. That little bar does the same thing. In the middle, it tells me how fast I'm going. Obviously right now I'm stopped, so it's at 0. And then down here, my odometer again, what drive mode I'm in, that little red P for park, and then right down at the bottom is how much fuel I have, how much gas I have, and then the little temperature right there. Super simple. And then this dial obviously over here is the speedometer as well, but super simple. I don't have to like take my eyes off the road for very long to look down at this stuff, which is what I wanted, because in some cars it's really complicated for no reason. So POV, you're driving my car. The one thing that I think is kind of like quirky about this car is this little grill right here. This is where the air vents are, but honestly, I like it. And then down here, obviously we have all of the like AC controls. This is what I was talking about earlier when I wanted like manual buttons and dials. Then down here, there's a place to plug in your phone. This is to connect to the car. It does have Apple CarPlay, which I am so excited about, but we've got a little space up here for like maybe a passenger phone or like documents or whatever. 2 cup holders. It has the regular gear shift, which I really like. Some of them had like a dial or like something weird. I like that this one is just a regular like back and forward. Then down here, it has a couple more controls. And then we are almost done in the front. We have underneath all these controls is this little like bridge down here. This is where I keep my phone most of the time when it's plugged in like for Apple CarPlay. I just like slide it right under there and that's where it stays. But it also has a USB charging port on either side of this little bridge right here. So you can have one person plugged in up there doing the CarPlay, and then 2 different people can have their phones plugged in and charging over here. Okay, and then the last thing kind of like on this little console is this like well down in here, and I love this thing. It's super deep. There's so much space. You can put basically anything you want in here. And then this is just covered by this nice little like leather cover, I guess. And then there's not too much going on in the back seat, but there is a pretty spacious back seat in case I have any passengers or anyone like riding along. And that is the empty car tour, you guys. I love this car so much. I just feel so fortunate that I'm in a position that I can get a car like almost basically brand new. And that is definitely because of this job, and that's because of you guys. So I wanted to say a huge shout out and thank you to you guys. I could not have gotten this car without you, so thank you all so much. We are going to have a lot of fun videos in this car. Maybe we'll do a couple drive with me's. Who knows? I definitely need to figure out my camera settings because it's definitely like bright on my face and then pitch black like in the rest of the car. So I need to figure out the camera settings if I'm gonna do videos in here, like driving in here. But I am super excited. I can't wait to decorate this car. I already have a couple of things that are coming in the mail very soon. So my like car decorating and organizing video should be coming super soon. It may actually be the video right after this one, but I could be wrong. I'm usually wrong. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed coming along as I got my first car. It still doesn't feel real. It like still hasn't even set in for me yet. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
So let us dance
Bye, guys.